Today we are going to Koon Seng Road. It's just right along the corner. There, we are here. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Tuesdays with Nick. And this week we have a very special guest, Karen.
Hi guys.
So Karen is with us. She has successfully gotten her license. Yay!
Yes.
So she has transitioned from a sales intern with us since December, and now she is successfully on the field, full license. So she is inside sales team. How do you feel to be on board SS, Karen?
Happy that I made it.
How many times did you take the exam?
Once and twice.
Once and twice. Okay, so that means that fail first paper, then take again, then pass on the second time. That's actually very good.
Yes.
Like Nick Tan also fail one paper, pass second time. It's common Some people pass six times.
Wait, but the standard is like that. Okay, now it's more difficult. Your time is also difficult.
That means she's
You can
smarter.
try the questions
Okay. Actually true lah. I think if I try the questions again now, problem lah. Okay, so let's do this. Can you tell us how you got to know about SS in the first place?
It was through a newspaper article. Yeah, old school. I still read newspaper. So there was this huge.
Digital one or real one?
No, the real one, the physical one.
Oh, you buy yeah.
So
Support
your face was
SP,
like eating breakfast, and your face was like, oh, it's over there, and then I was like, who's this guy? And then, oh, 30-year-old entrepreneur or something like that. And then I was like, oh, okay, 30 years old, same age as me. I was like, what is this guy up to? Then I read, okay, oh, real estate, okay, that's cool.
I see. So this article came out only last year, October, right?
Yeah, so last year, so that was when.
Okay, then after that, what sparked your interest?
So the newspaper came after I sort of took the course. Because I knew after you take the course, you have to choose where you want to join.
So you were already actually in exploration mode already. You already said that, okay, I want to do real estate, so you start to get a course.
Yes.
Right.
And also, I had $500 SkillsFuture, which I had to use.
Oh.
Yeah.
So like, okay, let's give it a shot. I need this, I got this free money, let's take this course.
Yes.
Understand. Yeah. So that means successfully you pass. This one is like a hunch one. Like it wasn't like I must go into real estate. I'm very passionate, I want to do real estate.
No. It was like, okay, if I pass, then I will go the next step.
Oh, let's try.
If I never,
okay.
Yeah, so if you never try, you never know, ma.
Understand.
Right not?
So then what were you doing before?
So before that, I was running my own arts events company for 5 years. It's pretty good until COVID came.
Oh my.
So, and I remember I was watching this interview by *𝗓𝗪.
Oh.
He said that.
Our CEO
Yes, CEO.
老板.
He said that the real estate industry is actually an evergreen industry. And I was like, yeah, I think that's true. Maybe if I were to change industry, I want to be in an industry whereby, COVID or not, people still need to buy a house, people need to sell a house.
Okay, fair.
So, okay, why not give it a try, right? Yeah.
So then take exam and then
Pass.
join SS.
So one thing led to another, and yeah.
When you were in school, what was your formal education?
So when I was in school, I was learning about the arts. I was literally trying to be a traditional artist to make artworks and sell. But the other option was actually to teach. So that had a bigger kind of, a bigger demand actually to actually teach. So I could actually join MOE. I could actually open my own private art school.
Wow.
Or be a full-time artist. So actually a lot of options. But I chose the third option because they had the most freedom. I didn't do the first two because it was, there's fixed hours and all this.
What was life like being like full-time artist?
Life was good. Life was good. You could decide on whether you want to accept the job or not. How far you want to push the project, how much you want to give, and how much money you want to, in a way, earn from this client.
So you're entrepreneur, you have full control.
Full control, yeah. Yeah, but
that's not very different from now, isn't it?
It's different because different products.
There's different products,
different services. Yeah.
What will you say is the challenge that you're facing right now when you come into real estate? There's a transition in like different industries.
Now the biggest thing that I realized is that because the industry that I was in before is such a niche industry, not many people are in this industry. But it's also a double-edged sword, which means that because not so many people, then if you're not good, then you're easily sort of how to say, if you're good, right, a lot of people will want you because you're in demand, right? So the real estate industry is in a way there's just so many agents.
Competitive, got 40,000 agents.
Correct. So how do you make yourself different? That's the thing that's very difficult, I think. But in the arts industry, because there's just so many people, it's very easy to differentiate yourself.
Oh, it's a smaller pool.
Correct.
So what was the answer that you found? How are you going to differentiate yourself in this pool of 40,000 agents?
So that is still something I am working on. So
what do you think is the answer?
The answer? I would say, in a way, I would have to try to sort of combine my previous experience of being in the creative industry with real estate. So that can be in terms of creative staging, because I realized staging by different agents or even different companies tend to be templated. So there's really not much creativity, and home staging requires quite a high commission, I feel. So if I can actually bring that creative element but not charge at such a killer price, people will still want it, right? Correct or not? In a way lah.
Okay, so basically in a nutshell, what she's saying is if she can lower the cost and create the value of making the houses nicer at a lower cost, then there's much value to be had. Actually correct. Correct.
That's just a thought.
It's correct. It's still not a $0 game. At the end of the day, you still need to artwork, furniture, manpower. So it's really just cost management. It's like project management, manage properly, the staging. Yeah, we have our own internal staging. So I think what will really help you in the process is the branding that SS gives each and every one of our agents. So we shine the light on you guys, try to exploit your talents, I mean, not tenants. What did I say? Try to exploit your talents, like just what you said, you play to your strengths. Yeah. Yes. And so you're absolutely correct. Branding in your individual life is very important. So I think we'll give you more showtime in terms of what are your interests and what are your strengths. Okay, what's the biggest misconception that you had before you joined the real estate industry?
It's actually very easy to earn money. Actually, it's not. No, it's a lot of hard work. There's a lot of hard work that goes behind, from prospecting all the way to negotiation, paperwork, timeline planning. A lot of things is not seen, but people are so fixated on the amount of money that comes at the end. That's why that's a huge misconception.
Because people only see the flashy side of real estate. They don't see what we do in the background. They don't see the house we go in got, I don't know, rat, cockroach, we need to clean up the whole thing, right? Make it nice, right? Yeah, you're absolutely right. What sector do you want to go into or focus?
There's only 3, right? Residential, commercial, industrial.
What area of focus do you want to do into?
Definitely residential. And then if you are asking which sector or which type in residential, HDB and say private condos. Okay.
Yes. So HDB would mean resale sector. Private condos is either resale or new launches lah. After you went through RES and you joined the industry, right? Yes. What is the difference between what is taught and what is done?
Oh, way too many differences.
If you have to name one?
If I have to name one specifically, it will be the way the negotiation is done.
I understand. There is a little bit of skill there, right?
Yes.
So what was it like to intern with us when you first came on?
So when I first joined, it was very fun because I had to join you and shadow you in all the social media aspect of SS. So I learned a lot in terms of what happens in the background and then how is that important in creating the brand and then in the future attracting future prospects.
So what happens in the background?
So in the background, there's a lot of planning, there's a lot of scripting, and then scheduling, and then sort of stand by the information that is going to be done on the next stage. So it's, in a way, you have to be extra prepared.
Basically, you're talking about preparation for what content?
That's for media, for the home tour specifically.
What about for sales?
And then for sales, it will be the listing. So listing on the different portals, creating the EDMs, and designing the floor plan.
If it's blur, yes, correct. So some floor plans are unusable one. So when you came on as an intern, right? Remember we went shooting home tours? Which was your favorite home tour so far
The
that
one
you shot?
with you inside or the one with
This is yours. What is your favorite home tour?
my favorite home tour is the one at 𝗓𝗖𝗞.
Okay.
Because that was the first time I realized that I had a voice that belonged at the zoo.
That's true actually. 𝗓𝗖𝗞 started with a car shot. So we were in the car,
Yes.
Ami was in the back, Ami was here lah. Basically, if on the flip end, I'm driving and it's conversational mode. It's basically like vlog style to the back. Like you guys are at the back watching. And I say, hey Karen, where are we going? Today we are going to 𝗓𝗖𝗞 Road. It's just right along the corner. There, we are here.
If you watch the video, I was extremely nervous. And
Yes,
my
yes.
face froze.
That was basically her first shoot, right? So actually it's quite admirable because she can immediately correct I think this is actually a very common beginner flaw. Like when they start to present, they think that presenting is about being somebody else.
The right way, of course, is to be relaxed and laid back and in your natural voice.
In your natural voice. So like you're talking now lah.
Something
Not,
like that.
hello, my name is Karen. And today we will show you 𝗓𝗖𝗞 Road.
The funny thing is, I wasn't aware of it until you told me or until you showed me.
The only way we could let her hear herself was to me and Ami, who were shooting camera at that time, basically did the voice to her. Then she get it. She's like, oh, I'm doing that. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, but can see lah the improvement. After that you did Redope. After that you did.
The landmark.
Okay, so after that you did Landmark. So all of that got improvement lah. Basically, Rome wasn't built in one day lah. Yeah, but very, very, very talented really. To be quite honest, people see your videos and say, "Hey, Karen can present, yeah." What is the most beautiful home that you've seen so far, or project?
The most beautiful project, I would say. Okay, I haven't seen much project, but I particularly like the OUE at Twin Peaks project. Particularly because it was very nicely designed, and you know, in terms of design, right, this one was very cohesive. There's a very clear theme of the kind of like luxury villa, and then the bronze tones was very nicely designed throughout the development as well. And one more thing is, one very interesting thing about this development is they use your fifth sense, which is your sense of smell. So when you enter the lobby, they have this very, very strong fragrance, which just hits you right away, wakes you up. And that itself, right, is like a sort of a brand as well. You know how different malls, they actually have their own specific tailored fragrance. Yeah. So you smell this, you know you're home.
Like you go to Far East, got the Far East smell.
Yes.
Yeah, it's actually very peculiar. If you go into like lobbies, right, not very many residential, especially like especially luxury end one will have this.
I think that's my favorite one so far. Yeah.
Then have you been to see 𝗓𝗨𝗘𝗦𝗦 so far?
𝗓𝗨𝗘𝗦𝗦, yes.
And what's your experience there?
𝗓𝗨𝗘𝗦𝗦 is nicely designed, but I would say, of course, in a real home, it's not going to look like that lah. But it's natural that they've actually done it in such a way so that you show, okay, down here you can put what, down here you can put what, and things like that.
It displays the functionality lah.
Yes, correct.
Helps people with visualization. What do you look forward to learning next?
I look forward to learning more about timelines, about how to manage expectations, and
clientele expectation lah.
expectations, correct.
So what are your aspirations this year?
My aspirations this year is to be able to buy a house for me and my fiancé.
Why is it? Okay.
Yes.
Have you given any thought to where you want to stay?
Bukit Batok, Clementi, Dover.
Bukit Batok, Clementi, Dover. So
Yeah.
basically closer to the schools lah.
Closer to the schools, yeah. Correct.
Okay. Is the reason you want to become an agent also related to you buying a house?
In a way, yes, because if I'm a real estate agent, I get to see both sides.
Right.
So not only am I able to make a prudent decision in selecting the right house for myself, I'll be able to give the proper advice for other people that are in the same position as me as well.
And that's why you're so passionate about helping them find houses that are suitable for them lah.
Correct.
So what is your takeaway after dealing with clientele, actual clients in the market?
So my take is, which is very important, is to be able to walk in their shoes, think the way they think, and also think for them, so that you are able to cater to their needs and wants, which is often very important because it's a price asset for them, like their house. So they want it to be handled properly, and also
By someone who actually cares.
Correct. Yes. And then also, in a way, I've learned that you have to be really approachable and friendly, because that actually breaks the barriers in terms of communication, and they will want to work with you more because they see you more as a friend rather than an agent. So that's 20 questions, although it's not really 20 questions, but I hope you've actually learned something about me as an agent and as a person.
And if you like more of this content, then put it in the comment section below. I want to see more of 𝗧𝗨𝗘𝗦𝗗𝗦. And smash that like button, consider subscribing, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.